So Ross, you're one of the most busiest guys in the media. You're everywhere. You're an entrepreneur, the host of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, everywhere on social at Ross Tucker NFL. But on Sunday, you had the best seat for one of the most highly anticipated starting QB debuts in a while. Shedeur Sanders making that debut as a starter. I guess just from your vantage point, what did you see? What did you think of the debut?
I thought he did a really nice job. I was impressed in a lot of areas. I mean, the statistics probably aren't going to blow anybody away, 11 of 20, but to me, it's the eye test. And it's the clear improvement from how he had played the week before in that second half against the Baltimore Ravens when he kind of got thrown in there. He took some sacks, he had a bad interception, he was drifting out of the back of the pocket. As a former offensive lineman, I had a healthy appreciation for the fact that Shador was getting the ball out of his hands quicker. He was buying time. He was stepping up in the pocket as opposed to bailing out of the back of the pocket. He did a lot of things that really looked improved to me, which I think is all you want, right? I mean, he's a young player, he's a rookie, fifth round pick. You want to see him making strides. I thought he made major strides from that second half against the Ravens to his first start against the Raiders.
Kevin Stefanski did come out and say he will start this weekend, even though Dylan Gabriel's cleared the protocol. Right decision from what you saw?
No question. Yeah, I think clearly Shador Sanders earned the right to get another start. I think not only would the fans have been upset, but the players probably would have been upset if they had moved away from Shador Sanders. He won the game. He played well. He absolutely deserves another opportunity to see how much better he can get, how much more he can improve from start one to start two.
How much pressure's on him? He had his father there, of course, so everybody's going to be making a big deal of that. He came in with a lot more pressure than most quarterbacks do, and especially where he fell in the draft.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on him, but what was interesting in talking with him is that's what he likes. He said he's getting back to normal. He wants all the eyes on him. He really wants to have the responsibility of the entire team and franchise and organization in his hands. He covets that. He desires that. And said it felt good just to get back to normal with having that pressure on him. So a lot of people in life shy away from that. There are a few that really embrace that. Shador Sanders is one of the guys that embraces that, and he likes having all of the spotlight and all the pressure on his shoulders.
Not sure if you saw, but the president came out and said, "I told you so," because he was a big fan of Deion, and then kind of ripped the critics after the draft. But now he's telling everybody, "I told you so."
I did see that. I don't remember what Donald Trump's pre-draft scouting evaluation was of Shedeur Sanders. To be honest with you, I guess I believe him that he had a favorable evaluation of Shedeur before the draft. But I mean, there's a lot of people saying I told you so. The funny thing is, if he has a bad game, which he probably will at some point, over the course of the rest of the season, there's a lot of people that can't wait to say I told you so on that side as well. He's maybe the most polarizing player I've ever called in my broadcasting career. And it's just fascinating that dynamic of people that can't wait to be right one way or the other when it comes to Shador Sanders.
One more on Shador, and then we're going to get to something cool you got going on this holiday season. We spoke to Lee Bodden last week, and Lee said that they need to let Stefanski go and bring in Deion. That's the future of the Browns. Deion coaching Shador in Cleveland. When you hear that, what's going through your mind when you hear someone say that?
Well, that's interesting. I had not heard that. Obviously, Colorado's having a really tough season, and because of that, you don't hear Deion Sanders' name as much for some of the more high-profile Power Four jobs and/or the NFL job. So that would surprise me because I feel like that would maybe putting too many eggs in the Shador Sanders basket. But I think let's see how the rest of the season plays out, in particular with how Shador Sanders plays.
Awesome. And Ross, before I let you go, it's holiday season, and I mentioned that you're an entrepreneur. MyFrontPageStory.com, something cool people can get for people this holiday season.
Oh my gosh, it is the best holiday gift I've ever seen. You talk to a writer or fill out an email in 10 minutes. They write this unbelievable story about your loved one, significant other, mom, dad. It looks like it's on the cover of the newspaper, framed beautiful. I know a lot of people don't know what to get their loved ones for the holidays. At a minimum, go to myfrontpagestory.com, throw your email address in there so you get the 20% discount. And even if you're good for the holidays, they'll send you a reminder before Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. It's myfrontpagestory.com.